So today is day 3 of our trip. This is the house where we're staying at.
Yep, you own it all. It's all.
My mom thinks she's Moses.
Ew, this one is ugly. Ew, what's that thing on the back?
Kunta Kinte.
So today is day 4 and we're on a road trip. Do you guys have anything to say? Just as I thought. Trash. So right now we are on our way to Cape Coast. It's about a 2-hour drive away from where we're staying in Maui.
Welcome.
Hey, Chief, say hi. Mommy, do you want to talk? Do you want to talk, Mommy?
You need to talk. We are about to enter the, what is it again?
And I'm here with my cousin. Selassie, say hi.
Hi. That's my cousin, Nana.
Don't call me Nana though. Don't call me Nana though. That's only for family.
That's only for fun.
That's only for family.
And the place is self-guided. So you do that one for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. When you're done from there, then I give you a professional tour guide to take you around in the castle.
Now we're about to do a tour with the official guide.
Are you going to video me?
Yes.
You're going to be extra.
I already did.
Welcome to ELMINA Castle. We're going to spend about 45 minutes to an hour on the tour. But this castle is going to be a place where we are connecting ourselves to the past. Now, by the Portuguese were the first Europeans to arrive here in the year 1471. In the year 1482, a man named Don Diego de Azambuja, who was a Portuguese, came here with 600 soldiers in Paris. But in the early part of the 16th century, that is 1500s onwards, the Portuguese shifted their attention from trade in gold to trade in human beings. And they traded in this castle for 155 years. So for almost 400 years, Africans were captured from different regions of Africa at that time. In the year 1872, the Dutch sold ELMINA Castle to the British. So the Portuguese used ELMINA Castle for 155 years. The Dutch 235 years. The British 85 years. The Ghana 62. This is just the beginning. Shall we get that?
Yeah.
This cannonball used to be 8 cannonballs, and those who resisted rape, to them they said they were stubborn ones, and punishment were changed to the cannonball for 24 hours, no food, no water, whether rain or shine, they stood in it in order to put fears in others in the dungeon so they could have access to them as and when they desired. This room is still one of the female dungeons where some people volunteered to reenact the story of the dungeon. So during the reenactment, these are the clothes that they used to cover their private parts. So this is the passage from the female courtyard into the room of no return. So you're going to use the mirror passage to see the room of no return. Now, as mirror dungeons, where 600 captives or men were kept awaiting shipment. So 400 women, 600 men. So to pass through this door to get into the room of no return, and the journey across the ocean to an unknown land began. this room is where those who were husbands and wives, because they saw themselves for the first time after 2 or 3 months in the dungeons. 2, 3, 4. We are now in the room of no return. Anyone who came into this room never returned to the castle any longer, and anyone who went out through this door never came back into the room of no return. But note, when they started their trade in the beginning, the door was wider from this point to this point. Quickly, when they shifted to trading human beings, they narrowed the door to this side. Some of them fought by starving themselves to death. And that is why you can see all the items in this room by Africans in the diaspora to remember the pains and struggles of their ancestors, as many of them do trace their route to ELMINA Castle. So how many Africans survived the journey? The most widely accepted figure ranges between 12.5 million Africans to 15 million Africans. If 3 people were captured, 2 died along the way. Let's enter the cell and see what happens in there.
Yo, huh? What are you doing, man?
I want you to have a feel of it.
It's okay, there's a movie. Okay.
And this is where we end our tour of ELMINA Castle. So it's 537 years old, and it is the biggest, the oldest, in connection with the Atlantic slave trade. This is not a time for us to open wounds, but for the time after experiencing the castle, for the time to come together as one people, so that all such atrocities must never be encouraged or allowed to happen. This is our end of our tour. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. That's a mission statement for the tour of the castle. But the main highlight here is that may humanity never again be allowed to perpetrate such injustice against humanity. As said by Martin Luther King Jr., he said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.